Hello, my name is Benjamin Rivera. My candidate number is 7081, and this is my presentation on crime rates and homelessness. So, my group question: to what extent is homelessness caused by economic, psychological, and social factors, and what solutions address them effectively? So, homelessness is the state of lacking a permanent place to live, and implies that a person or family lacks stable, safe housing that they can access regularly. So right under that is the more literal description to that, as opposed to my own. So, homeless people are commonly victimized, shown in rstreet.org, which leads to average homeless people feeling like they have no way out but to resort to a life of crime, like odds of murder, assault, and sexual assault increasing, multiplying by insane amounts. So, what exactly is homelessness? So I put the definition for it again, but I wanted to say a specific statistic that I learned residing in Nigeria. So Nigeria has the biggest amount of people that are reportedly homeless, over 24 million people. That's literally the entire state of Florida plus another 800,000 people and counting, according to developmentaid.org, which is just crazy to me. So I bring this statistic up because I want to definitely emphasize the importance of people needing to know that homelessness isn't just one specific state. There are many different types of homelessness as well. You have chronic, you have episodic, you have transitional, you have literal homeless. There's just so many different types of homelessness because homelessness is a spectrum, a very unhealthy spectrum that I hope that my solution can definitely solve and be a huge part of reducing homelessness, not just in the US, but in the world. Okay, so why does this matter? This can physically affect your health, little to no protection from diseases and increased risk of sickness, and leading to lack of healthy nutritional basis, sleep deprivation, which all adds up to poor quality of life and increased risk of death sooner in life than usual. It also affects you mentally and emotionally quite negatively. This can lead to mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, and could lead to the creation of bad habits of oneself, whether impacting one's behavior or becoming or becoming dependent on something unhealthy like a substance, alcohol, even something as little as biting your nails, just something, a very unhealthy habit that also commonly happens. This oversimplified spectrum all adds to social consequences like public misdemeanors in which they will tragically have an increased chance of entering the criminal justice system. Excuse me. So, factors leading to homelessness. So while there are many, the ones me and my group decided to focus on were housing problems by Gustavo, economic inequality by Edsel, psychological issues by Marcos, and mass incarceration, as well as economic solutions by me. So, to reiterate, my group question was, to what extent is homelessness caused by economic, psychological, and social factors, and what solutions address them effectively? So let's say someone else was definitely, let's say this was someone else presenting, and they chose to do this and ask me this question. So my very broad answer would be a lack of affordable housing, opportunities given to homeless people, and psychological challenges. And I would have been patting myself on the back, as we will go through that later. So at the local level, you have some statistics here. So people experiencing homelessness in the U.S., staggering all the way from, I will say though, it definitely went down from 2008 all the way to 2016, 2018, and then that just staggering rise from 2022 to 2024. You have 28,000 people reportedly homeless in Florida. Have those statistics right there. Shocking to me, honestly. So at the national level, so according to endhomelessness.org, 771,000 people are homeless in America at least. And this really shocks me that so the average income in America yearly is $63,795. I think that just seems a lot to me because I'm younger. But nearly 50 million Americans are credit invisible, creating difficulty for opportunities for people to find a stable living space. So, to dive a little bit deeper into that, essentially 50 million Americans lack basic information on credit or lack credit in general. In this case, we're regarding homeless people. So, let's say a homeless person comes up, is given the opportunity, luckily, God willing, given the opportunity in which they are able to turn their life around. But 9 times out of 10, they either don't have any information on credit, meaning they lack basic knowledge on it, or they're not in a position in which they can purchase something because their credit score is already so low. So it's just an endless cycle of people lacking opportunities to be able to make their lives better. Just a twisted cycle. So at the global level, I did bring this specific statistic up earlier. These are the 6 highest countries with the most homeless people. Nigeria, as recently stated, Syria, Bangladesh, the Philippines, Argentina, and Ukraine. So, 6 countries with the highest price-to-income ratios: Syria, just blowing them out of the water, Cuba, Ethiopia, Cameroon, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. So, these countries on the right, they all lack in economic stability due to things like conflict, rapid urbanization, and a lack of affordable housing, according to developmentaid.org. So, my economic solutions. So, the rates of supply and demand of homes need to change by supply exceeding demand or a surge in mortgage defaults. Both of these methods could lead to pricing on houses to decrease as well as the market in general. This way, homes will become more affordable. Another solution that comes from other countries is altering the credit score system. Since other countries emphasize on-time payments more than debt utilization, in which the U.S. does both but emphasizes the opposite, according to the banking organization known as AICE, credit scores exist beyond the U.S., but other countries use different and also more efficient ways of regulating credit scores, which could lead to creating more organized opportunities for people, especially younger people, which sounds good to me, to find homes. Another way we can help homeless people is by giving them opportunities in daily life. An example of this is called the Housing First model, which prioritizes permanent housing without preconditions, supplemented by wraparound support services. Examples of this can be found in Finland and Norway, as they even offer mental health support, stable shelter, addiction counseling, and even job training. The U.S. could really capitalize off of something like this. And this was my favorite statistic. From 2008 to 2022, Finland saw a 68% drop in homelessness. Insane. So, my conclusion. The U.S. could do better in other aspects and ways of life as well, as it could see housing as a basic human right like Finland, healthcare like Canada, which could increase the life expectancy of homeless people, or even focusing on integrated social services like Japan and Germany. While all these aspects of our daily way of life are good, the U.S., just from doing things like making some changes to the credit system or implementing systems like the Housing First approach, we can essentially create more job opportunities, promote the well-being of all people regardless of status, reduce possible crime, and more importantly, create more contributing members of society. So, thank you, and here are my sources right here. Thank you so much.